Copy, Preston, Nico.
Houston, this is a kick-ass ride.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Starfield. Now last night I was playing D4 with the community and a couple people were like, dude, did you see all the Starfield news? I was like, no, I was out at the fair with the family. We had a great Sunday, but I did not see it. But I said, don't worry, I'll do a quick reaction video this morning since everybody seems so hyped about it. And then come to find out, this is a 45-minute long post in 4K. So we're going to rip this video in 4K and we're going to do a little bit of reaction. I'm not going to watch all 45 minutes. I will link this in the description if you want to go watch the whole video in its entirety. This is going to be your quest and combat. Probably going to be about 15 minutes long. Starfield Direct gameplay deep dive. Let's do it.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it.
1,000 worlds. Okay. So right off the bat, it's like, you know, obviously it sounds good, but how kind of realistic is that? When I look at D4, it's like 120 different dungeons. True, there's 120 different dungeons, but they all kind of, you know, feel the same. There's really only a handful of different dungeons. That's my thought here.
From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you can go over the shoulder, first person or third person. Okay, I like that. What about isometric?
That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected. We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi,
I get
where
Star-Lord
everything
ship?
is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy.
Holy smokes.
Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Light speed.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a colony war memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
Gotta have the coffee
It's
shop.
also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my God, look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies.
Nice, they use Mars. Where's Elon?
Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
The game looks beautiful.
Relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Anything goes.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Okay, let's pause right there. The game seems so grand with so much to do. I still can't wrap my head around, like, when I log in to Starfield, like, what will I be doing? Am I going to be with this group following a main quest line from planet to planet? I'm guessing that's generically what the game is going to be. Or is it true free for all and I can do whatever the heck I want? I'm not 100% sure. Let's jump over to combat.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I
think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
I'm already happy. I see a shotgun.
We've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably
What
have
is
more
that?
mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat.
Actually, it's
Sometimes
really
you'll
fun.
even feel like you're flying. Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
That's interesting.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Gatling gun.
Starfield's got you covered.
I like shotties. Dude, that dude went flying. Oh, they gotta end it with the force right there. Did you see that? Okay. Obviously, there's a ton more in this video. I'm gonna stop right there. Again, I'm gonna link this in the description if you want to check out it in its entirety. I will say, looking at the combat, I'm getting a little bit of Halo vibes. Is anybody seeing that? Quick reload, punch, throwing grenades, jumping around, using height and making sure you have the upper ground and then shooting rockets down. I'm getting a little Halo vibe. That's what I see from the combat, but with a trillion different weapons. I will tell you this. I was not very excited for Starfield when I first saw it. It's like, oh, another Bethesda game. What kind of pay to win and what kind of junk is going to be in that? Watching this video, I got to say, I see why my community was like, you got to check this out. This game is going to be awesome. So again, always undecided until I get to play it. But everything I've seen from this video, it looks absolutely awesome. Starfield, what do you think? Did you get to watch this? Did you just see everything I saw? You going to try and play it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's all I've got. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.